Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your mindset, your health, your wellness from where you are to where it is that you would like to be. And today, yes, I'm in the car again. I'm trying to make the absolute best use of my time right now because my weeks are just, or my days in this week are just incredibly busy, getting busier and busier. Now that we've opened up again on Monday, it's Wednesday today, and the inquiries and the new clients I'm signing up every single day is really great. But of course, it's making things busier and busier. So I'm working about a 16-hour day at the moment. Start at 5 a.m. 4 days a week. I finish at 9 p.m. and one day of the week I finish at 8 p.m. on Fridays, and just incredibly busy. So I've had to dash out. This is actually the longest drive that I've had for 6 months, and it's only like the 25-minute drive each way from home, but I need to make the best use of my time. I had to return some gym equipment. I had just recently delivered, and they delivered the wrong thing, so I just had to quickly return that. And as I'm driving back home now to a really busy afternoon, it got me thinking about deadlines and the importance of placing deadlines on ourselves. And I was thinking about my kids at the moment. I mean, it starts from a very early age, doesn't it, with your homework? You have to finish this by tomorrow, or by Friday, or by next Monday, or whatever. Having tests and things like that. You have a test on next Wednesday, or today, or whatever it is. And what that does, it creates a sense of urgency within you and a drive to make sure that you're prepared. At least that's what I do. Now, I realise that through school there are always people that seem to just find a way of getting through and not seemingly studying or anything, but I wasn't one of those kids. I had to work really hard for the results that I achieved. And as we get to adults, we can tend not to do that. Now, when we work for someone else, there are normally key performance indicators, there are deadlines that are placed on us. But often when we are a business owner, like that's a very lonely journey, as I was talking about the other day. And we can tend to get so comfortable that we don't put deadlines on ourselves, and we just keep on doing what we're doing. We stay in this place of just doing things, and it's very easy to stay busy, isn't it, and not generate any income, not do anything different. We just stay really busy. Like, I mean, you could work out how you could stay busy just going through your emails every day, answering those, how you could be going through social media, doing things like that, rearranging your desk a few times, cleaning your desk, I'll go do this now, I'll go do that, and making phone calls and not actually doing anything, but going home and saying, man, I'm just so busy. You're just busy being busy as opposed to busy being productive or innovative and that kind of stuff. And when it comes to your health and wellness, we usually don't put deadlines on ourselves at all. And for me, this year I put a really big one on my own personal transformation, and I have 8 days to go. So a week and 1 day until my final photo shoot. And I've worked the entire year for this through very difficult circumstances to get to where I am. Now, I think for me, if I'm 100% honest, I'm not going to know until the day comes, but I think I'm going to fall a little short on what my vision was in my mind. And what I'm talking about is I'm heading for a six-pack. What I had envisaged was really deep grooves in my midsection, and I just don't think that I'm going to have that extent of depth that I thought that I would at the start of the year. And so that might leave me a little disappointed, but there's still change to take place, and there's another 8 days to go. Obviously, there's not going to be radical change in 8 days, but there'll be further leaning up in that time. So it got me thinking about that concept of a deadline. 19th of November, I've had in my mind all year, 19th of November, and I've been counting down from hundreds of days down to dozens of days now to just single digits. And what it does is create incredible focus. Now, I could have quite easily said at the start of the year, oh, look, by the end of the year, I want to look really good. Not set a deadline. COVID comes along. I say, oh, man, it's too hard with COVID. I'll just, maybe next year, or, well, let's just see what I look like at the end of this year. But when you put that urgency, that deadline on yourself, then it just lights a fire, if you like, within you to get it done. The same happened when I wrote my book. I said 31 December 2016, I'll have it done. Then it was 2017, 31 December. Then 2018, 31 December. And I thought, you know what? 31 December is not working for me. And I would create that date because it was so far out that I thought, okay, I can achieve that. But how are you only going to achieve it if you take action every day? And what I was finding was I was taking months of inaction in terms of the book, and we'd get close to the year. I'd say, okay, I better start now because there's not much time left. And I just wouldn't get it done. I wouldn't get into a routine. I wasn't driven to do it that way. And so I needed to shake things up radically. And instead, rather than saying, 31 December on and change the digit on the end of the year, I said, all right, in 12 weeks, I'm going to get it written. And it wasn't the end of a month, but it was like mid-August, something like that. It would have meant that I had finished it. And what that created was a lot of energy and focus to work on it every single day. And even if it was only half an hour, I would normally try and do a minimum of an hour a day somewhere, even if that meant getting up earlier, like 20 past 4 I was getting up and working on the book. I was excited about being able to work on it for that hour and see how much I could get done. And then if I could squeeze out some more time through the day, I would work on it longer because I thought, wow, I've really got some momentum here. And then the next day I'd be like, right, I know where I left off from yesterday, bang, let's go from there again. And some chapters were way harder than others, for sure. And what surprised me was how quickly I was able to do it once I'd set my mindset to, I'm going to do it in 12 weeks. And I think as business owners, we don't do this enough. We just don't set deadlines on ourselves enough. And I mean, like right now, for instance, I have got some things that I want to be doing, but I haven't set deadlines around them. So guess what? I am not working on those consistently because I'm thinking, okay, well, I need to do this. And a lot of the time, we're just trying to keep the machine running, aren't we? We're trying to serve our clients as best we can, grow our business just naturally by virtue of word of mouth and just doing great things. And when it comes to, say, creating new products and marketing those products, we often don't set a deadline to say, okay, by this date we're going to launch, by this date we're going to have X number of customers on this product or having this service. And when we don't do that, we don't expand as fast as we would perhaps like. So it was a poignant reminder for me, knowing that I'm 8 days out, that when you do that, the date is coming and it's going to arrive, and if I'm not at my best at that point, that day finishes. My photographer is coming on that day, 9 a.m. on the 19th of November to take my photos. And if I'm not in my best shape, well, I'm not in my best shape. But that's the date I've been working towards all year. And so it's, gosh, I can't remember the last time that I've been so driven for an entire year and working so hard and being so relentless with every single thing that I eat, drink, my workout, each rep, how driven I am to get personal best every single week. I just can't remember a time when I've been like that. So the results that I've achieved have been phenomenal given the circumstances. I've just set an incredibly high standard for myself, and if I fall short, I fall short, but I think I'll be a little disappointed. Okay, let me rephrase. I will be a little disappointed because I won't have achieved exactly what I had in my mind. But then, this is why we have coaching. I mentioned this the other day. Once I get to that day, then I have a coaching session with my coach and say, okay, this is where I got to. These are my results. I'm going to see if I can get a DEXA scan beforehand so I can see exactly how low my body fat percentage got to. And then work out, okay, so what could we have done differently? What do we do differently next time? What do we do from this point on? What do we do from here? Now, a quite plausible scenario is that I just got to the end of the year the same as I was last year. But instead, I decided to make a change and make a big change and to really enjoy the process as well. But be focused more than ever because I wanted to show to myself what I was purely capable of for my body, what I could do, no matter what my age is, that I can still have the best looking body that I've ever had because of how hard I'm working. And that's what I was able to do. Like, I'm still in the best shape that I've ever been, ever, but it's about being where I expected to be. And my coach says, well, you can't, you've based your expectation perhaps on something that was unrealistic for you, and you've never done this to this extent before, so you don't know what results you're going to get. Which I hear, but I also like to push myself and do better and better and better. And that's what we're going to have a discussion on in probably 10 days' time, or maybe sooner. So it's an exciting process, but it's all been driven by creating that deadline. And I think as business owners, we need to do better there. So create deadlines for yourself and make them uncomfortable. Like writing a book in 12 weeks was like, holy crap, how am I going to do that? But I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to find a way to do it. And I moved things in my schedule. I changed things completely. I got up earlier. I wrote every single day. I even did that on the weekend. I just worked and worked and worked. And then there was days where I would perhaps work for 5 or 6 hours on it if I had the weekend. And I would just write and write and write. And like I said, some days were really tough. Other days were much easier. But that's just life with anything, isn't it? So what my advice would be, go and create some lofty deadlines for yourself, some big goals, set some big deadlines, and just go for it. I'm just getting off the freeway, almost at home from my busy day. Stay safe. We've got a big asthma storm coming here later today. I don't suffer from it, but if you're a listener listening to this and you're doing, the storm's coming your way, take care, stay indoors, have your medication with you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.